£40 million bid for Mason Greenwood has been rejected by Man United. It shows you how valued this 22 English international Mason Greenwood is. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? It's a Thursday and we are like 3 days, 2-3 days left to see either we play the other game of Man United as we take on the side of Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. And a lot of news is coming in through. Alvaro Fernandes, another academy graduate playing in at Granada in Spain, has been identified by the Benfica side as one of those players they want to sign on a permanent. And Bruno Fernandes is really alerting us, the fans of Man United, that there is yet more to come from Alejandro Garnacho, because that is just the floor. He's just on the floor, and that is just the Kickstarter. But the boy has a lot in his locker to obviously offer to you, the viewers of Man United. Doesn't that makes you excited? All that and more is what we're going to discuss in here for you. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. And continue to subscribe to this channel, guys. Please and please and please and please and please continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we're here to bring you the latest news and information that you guys are really wanting to hear from this side. Now, I think I did a Greenwood story like one day back, not so, that he's being linked to Real Madrid, Barcelona and Bayern Munich. They're really monitoring the guy. Let me see when I last did this story. You know, looks like Greenwood is gonna be a huge topic to be talked about in here for you. By the way, I did it 18 hours back. I did that story 18 hours back, and it's back in the news that even Getafe, a team where he's playing right now, is in need of this young generational talent that is Mason Greenwood. And this guy, he has a lot to offer to the world, and that's why I still stake on it that this boy should be brought back at Man United. Amidst all what happened, he should be brought back to see to it that he's reintegrated into the team of Man United, because we need him badly. We need him badly. No one matches his levels, because he can also lead the line in there for you. Now, Getafe are understood to have told United they would like to buy Mason Greenwood for £40 million, but Manchester United want to keep Greenwood's deal as a loan move. His future remains uncertain, with Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and AC Milan all keeping tabs on his form. The 22-year-old has scored 5 goals and provided 4 assists in 15 games since moving to Getafe in September. This is via Richard Moriarty via the Sun Sport. Now, do you know why I give a lot of credit and a lot of respect to the Sun? It's because they've been so close to this story. Before he obviously found himself announced innocent for the cases, you know, that were really put on him, you know, by the prosecutor. And when the accuser pulled out of the case and they had no person to accuse Mason Greenwood, the Sun was the first to really announce the story that Greenwood is now innocent. So, when they bring out such stories, I really get to know that it's coming in from a source. It's only the only media outlet that stood out with him that went ahead to pull out positive stories about Mason Greenwood. What is he up to? Returning to Man United, when he resumed training to really get himself ready. A lot has been there for you. But the big story today is all about Getafe, a team where he's playing right now, and they are calling in for a permanent signing for this guy. United has gone ahead to say no. And when United says no, what does it mean? To me, it really rings a lot, you know, in my mind. It trains into like 3, 4, 5 thoughts about Mason Greenwood. Now, for Mason Greenwood, I think this is good news for him. That looks like Manchester United have gone ahead to really understand that this is our academy graduate and we need to obviously get him back. We need to get him back into the team, come what may, you know, because no one doesn't deserve a second chance. We've all said this again. And it looks like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Joan Cloud are really looking at the team of United and say, why would we obviously surrender a weapon that will at one time really hit us hard when it's still in our hands and our control? By the way, if Greenwood comes back at the club of Manchester United, United will have a chance to have a team like they had from 1990, I think 1990, you can call it 1990, from 1995 to early 2000s, where they had a lot of academic graduates. Let me read them for you. Gary Neville, Scott Parker, this other guy that used to play in the midfield, Nicky Butt, Phil Neville, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Ryan Giggs. Those are 6 players, And when you look at the way Ten Hag is building this side, if Greenwood is back, that means we can be having Kamboala. He can make it because has shown us that he has some good potential. Kobe Menu in that midfield, he has shown us that he has some huge potential. Mason Greenwood in the same lineup. Marcus Rashford in the same lineup. Garnacho in the same lineup. So that means we are soon getting close to 6 players who are really academic graduates in the same lineup, and this could be good news for the club of Manchester United. And when you look at it all, no one at Man United is as talented as Mason Greenwood. Greenwood is by far the best player that this generation or this post-Ferguson era has gone ahead to embrace from the academy. I've seen people talking about Januzaj. Januzaj was good, but when you look at how Greenwood is executing himself, he's really doing lots of things. At just the age of 17, you know what he was doing, and everyone just went ahead to know that this guy is going to be a special player. And his only biggest undoing was all about him striking balance between his talent and the manager who was managing it by then, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who couldn't really add a lot to him. That is it. He couldn't really add a lot to the player, yet the player looked like he had really, all he was into the metamorphosis of really learning new things. So that is really one of the things that really put his growth to a very, very low pace. But trust me, if you had managers like Erik ten Hag alongside him, or Pep Guardiola, or Jurgen Klopp, he would have gone ahead to turn 19 when he is really a super player. And that's where the loan of Getafe comes in through, because Spain are really having very good technical managers, and they've gone ahead to see a huge potential in this guy. That's why they've gone ahead to put up £40 million. For Getafe to buy a player for £40 million, that means they've gone ahead to see to it that they can get times 2 from this player. And that is it. If Greenwood is ever to make a permanent transfer from Man United to any team, £100 million will have to be tabled onto the table to see to it that that is negotiated. I know very many people thought that he was going to plateau, but he has not gone ahead to. He has just gone ahead to show us that he's becoming big and better every season that passes by. Now, there is no way you really let a player like that leave. That is it. There is no way you let a player like that leave. You need, I tell you this, we need Mason Greenwood. We need him. Why? He can literally play in all those 3 positions of the forwards: right wing, left wing, and a center forward. Now, Ten Hag has always gone ahead to say, I want 3 center forwards, but he wants 2 center forwards who are out and out number 9s. Like you see Rasmus Højlund or Girassi coming in through. And the third one must be a versatile player that can literally play in every part of the forward line. That's why you see it, I was talking about Timo Werner, because Timo Werner can play as a left forward, he can play as a right forward, he can play as a center forward, meaning that you can easily try to put him around. But why would we go ahead and spend money when you're having a player who has all the attributes of winning the Ballon d'Or and becoming the next big thing in the world of football? You get? Why would we? Why would we? That is the big question. I think we are thinking the same like the new Ineos group that is going to be in the forefront of every footballing decision that United is going to make. And I think if it were not them and it was under the Glazers, they would have gone ahead to take this £40 million, because for the Glazers, that would have been some huge amount of money for them to improve and see to it that they really get in money to prepare to obviously spend it, because we need more players at the club of Man United. But because these people coming in through are really footballing people and they know how to really do these dynamics, they've gone ahead to say, no, no, let's wait this loan to get over, and we can obviously trigger his contract and see to it that he has more 2 years left on his contract. He's still young, and we see whether he can really get into the club of Manchester United. And I've gone ahead to tell people on several platforms that Mason Greenwood is going to prove you wrong. Yesterday when I was doing a video of Mason Greenwood, I told you that I see some 20 goals in him this season. 20 goals in him this season is all I see. You know, that is Mason Greenwood for you. And we wait to see how that really pans out. But I really believe that 40 million pounds being rejected shows you exactly what the likes of Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Barcelona might be willing to offer this guy. It's supposed to be a record bank-breaking transfer. If at all United make a decision that we're going to sell Mason Greenwood, 100 million pounds is what this player is going to be worth, because his talent is undoubted, and you see to it that they are all looking at him. But I wouldn't like to give my opponent a bullet that I cannot dodge every time you're playing against him, because he will haunt us. Trust me, at a point X will meet him and will haunt us. All you need is to have him back and give him a new contract and see to it that he gets us to where we are supposed to be as a club of Manchester United. After that, let's go to Alvaro Fernandes. Remember, he was at Preston North End. He was at Preston North End last season. You remember that very well. Then he went ahead to obviously have himself loaned to Granada, a team that plays in the La Liga. And today, coming in from Ojogo, that is Portugal, they've confirmed to us that Benfica are targeting Alvaro Fernandes. Contact has already been made with Granada to see if it is possible to break his loan in January, as well as Man United to assess the possibility of selling him immediately all this summer. He's valued at 6 million pounds. That is it. Now, Alvaro Fernandes is a modern left back. When you look at the competition at Man United, it's going to be hard for him to obviously come into that left back position, though he's really great and he has gone ahead to put in some huge performances at the club of Manchester United. With Tyrell Malacia being 23 years of age, though this season Tyrell Malacia has been disturbed by the knee injury, and Luke Shaw just being 28 years of age, that means this guy cannot break through. So all what United can do is to sell him on a permanent to Benfica on 6 million pounds and put there a sell clause, a sell on clause, that we want some 20 million pounds. So we want some 20% if I told you to sell this player elsewhere, because trust me, he'll turn out one of the best left backs in the world. All he needs is that getting more playing time. He's just 20 years of age. 3 years from now, he'll be worth 50 to 60 million pounds. And if you include that 20% sell-on clause, that will act on well for you, and you'll see yourself really getting some huge amount of money. That will be like 10, 12 million pounds. You know, that won't be bad. And that will be some good business, because this player is coming in from the academy and he is good. And if I told you you've gone ahead to get like 20 million pounds in total from your player who is coming from the academy, I think that won't be bad. And we know Benfica, they're really having some good history of grooming players and turning them into world class. That's where Enzo Fernandez came in from, and they sold him 106 million pounds to Chelsea. So they are good at really selling players on inexpensive, and they always feature in the Champions League, meaning that you'll see him playing the Champions League and you'll get groomed. And it's a culture that Luis Costa, the president of Benfica, is really doing on a consistent basis. He has gone ahead to do it consistently, and it's not gonna really stop him. So let's wait and see how Alvaro Fernandes features and what decision is going to be taken by Man United on this youngster. But I would really accept that to happen. 6 million pounds, let him go that side with a sell-on clause. You know, like they did on Enzo Fernandez. They got him in, and when they got him in, there was a sell-on clause of, is it 20%, 30% of the amount they sell him, 20% was supposed to go there. They sold him for 106, meaning that the team where he came in from got some 20 plus million pounds, you know, and they had bought him at like 20, meaning that they got him from 40. And Benfica also made some good profit, because if you buy someone for 20 and they get some other 20 million pounds, 40, that means you're having 60 million pounds, and a profit of 40 million pounds is left for you. And The same scenario can happen on Alvaro Fernandes, the Man United Academy graduate. Lastly, let's talk about Bruno Fernandes and what he said about Alejandro Garnacho. He came in through and really said, best performance from Alejandro Garnacho. He said no. He was asking the media, best performance from Alejandro Garnacho? No. He laughed. I hope the best is yet to come. He could have scored another goal and had at least one assist, but he was great today. He was very good defensively too. He must continue. So he's talking about this guy's performance when you're playing against Aston Villa and what went ahead, obviously, orchestra threat on the field of play. And trust me, this boy is going to be good. He's going to be good, and we have a lot to see from him. You know, confidence brings out a lot of you. You might be having a lot of huge potential, but the low self-esteem can really not allow you bring all your talent out. But Garnacho looks like he's really having a very good go to his talent, and confidence is being instilled in him from the manager, from his players, because they know this is the guy that is going to really take us high. And if at all you see United fans pleading for Mason Greenwood to return, you know why. Because just imagine the magic between Mason Greenwood and Alejandro Garnacho. So, your reactions to £40 million bid of Mason Greenwood rejected by Man United are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Garnacho? Do you think we still have a lot to see from him, as Bruno says? And Alvaro Fernandes, would you sanction his move to Benfica? All that and more into the comment section below. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, the Muslims. Barak, Lau, Fikum, my mates.